dance all its own, but none so well known as the Flamingos Flamenco. Those hippos can hip-hop. They pop, lock, and drop. But nothing can top the Flamingos Flamenco. When the wallabies waltz, it's a fancy affair. But it doesn't compare to the Flamingos Flamenco. Tigers flap in tap shoes. They shuffle and prance. But there's no better dance than the Flamingos Flamenco. Ballerina bears on point give a graceful ballet. But people still say it's no Flamingo Flamenco. Camels can in a long chorus line. But nothing's as fine as the Flamingos Flamenco. Sloths like to slow dance. I bet you know why. But shouldn't they try the Flamingos Flamenco? We each have a dance, so dance well your part. Dance with all of your heart, even if it's not the flamenco.
Welcome to Read Aloud with Mr. Paul. I'm so glad you could be here. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a single story.
Today we'll be reading My Two Border Towns by David Bowles, illustrated by Erica Mesa. My Two Border Towns by David Bowles, illustrated by Erica Mesa. Every other Saturday, my dad wakes me up early. "Come on, mijo," he says. "Vamos al otro lado." The other side is not so far away, just down the road, right past my school. Mama gives us a kiss and a list. It's different every time we go. I grab my special bag, hold it tight as I follow Dad, thinking of what's inside for my friends. As we drive through town, we pass my favorite spots. Neighbors line up early for Daisy's yummy pastries. At a stoplight, Dad calls to the newspaper man holding out $1. "Aquí tiene, Don Memo. Thanks." Before I know it, we reach the broad river, a watery serpent that glints with the dawn. Dad reminds me, Coahuiltecans once lived here. Before all this was Mexico, both riverbanks. Now we're two countries. We pay to cross. "Mornin'," says the U.S. Customs Guard, taking Dad's cash with a sleepy frown. On the other bank, the Great Eagle greets us. Dad waves at the soldiers, and they tip their caps. No one searches through my bag this time. I say thanks to the Virgen. We drive up the narrow main street, till Don Chava flags us down and helps us park. He and my dad shake hands. Le cuido la troca, he says with a smile. You and your boy have fun. This town's a twin of the one where I live, with Spanish spoken everywhere just the same, but English mostly missing, till it pops up like grains of sugar on a chili pepper. We have breakfast in our favorite restaurant. Dad sips café de olla, while I drink chocolate. First up on the list, my dad announces, we visit your tios and pick up Mom's earrings. Down uneven sidewalks, our feet tap, tap, tap to trumpet tunes bouncing out of stores. We weave our way through street-side stalls, chatting with vendors, promising we'll be back. When we reach my aunt and uncle's jewelry shop, I give them big hugs and high-five my cousins. Tio Mateo starts complaining about the town mayor. My brain gets so bored, I can't stop my yawns. My primos whisk me away to play soccer in the vacant lot next door. It gets hot, so we're lucky the paletero comes by. We cool our tongues with paletas, mango and melon. Suddenly, Dad joins in for a dribble and goal. Then he reminds me, we have more to do. Walking back, we check our list. For ourselves, we need Mexican Cokes, avocados, a jar of honey. The list says our friends need t-shirts, chanclas, bottled water. I think they need cold, sweet gancitos and lots of chewy glorias, too. Dr. Sanchez has Mom's prescription ready, along with other medicine that Dad requests. We load up our truck. Dad gives Don Chava a tip. Before we head for home, there's one last stop. The most important visit, Dad says. We have a duty to care for our gente. I nod and pick up my bag, full of my favorite comics, notebooks and pencils, game cartridges. I add the things we bought today. I hope all the kids will enjoy them. As we get on the bridge, Dad pulls to one side. I jump out with the bag and look for my friend. A line of people camp along the edge. Entire families from the Caribbean and Central America. Refugees, Dad calls them. Stuck between two countries. The U.S. says there's no room, and Mexico says it can hardly look after its own gente. Elder sees me and rushes over. His hair is longer than when we first met, almost 6 months back. "Acere!" he shouts. "Mi cuate!" I reply. We do our special handshake, and I give him the bag. Elder's dad joins my dad in the truck. The line crawls on. I show Elder each item, explaining my choices. We give his mother the medicine. She tells me a joke, and the other kids gather to borrow comics. Dad honks. "Till next time, amigo," I say, hugging Elder and heading for the truck. An hour goes by before we're halfway across. We take out our passports, cards that give us the freedom to travel back and forth. "I wish Elder could come to our town," I whisper. "We could jump on my trampoline and draw our own comic." "Soon, mijo," Dad says. It's unfair to make him wait, since our country has room for his family right now. But when they get their chance at last, we'll welcome them with open arms. All the way home, I imagine a wonderful day, when all my friends from the other side can go back and forth between my two border towns, just like me.
Hello and good morning, MRHE students and faculty. I'm Juniper, and today is Monday, September 15th, 2025, and it's a B day for recess and specials. Now introducing the bright, beautiful, and best friend to all, MRHE.
Thanks, Juniper. Good morning. Wishing you a memorable Monday filled with joy and success.
A big part of being happy is having a self-care mentality for September.
That means you can care for yourself and then you care for others. So today, remember,
Find a caring, calming phrase to use when you feel low.
a caring, calming phrase helps you feel low because it offers self-compassion and reassurance.
Acting as a mental anchor by reminding you of your inner strength, the temporary nature of difficult emotions, and your inherent worth.
Today is the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. Let's learn about the origins of this holiday.
In the United States, September 15th through October 15th is Hispanic Heritage Month. It is a time to remember the cultures and contributions of Americans whose ancestors came from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. Did you know there are about 54 million Hispanics and Latinos in the United States? That's a lot of people to celebrate. The idea to do so began as a week-long observance in 1968 under President Lyndon Johnson and was extended to a full month 20 years later in 1988 by President Ronald Reagan. September 15th is special because it is Independence Day for several Latin American countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. Mexico celebrates their independence one day later, while Chile and Belize honor theirs on September 18th and September 21st. In the U.S., Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated with community festivals and educational events. Kids in school learn about famous people of Hispanic heritage, like Ellen Ochoa, the first Hispanic woman to become an astronaut, Nancy Lopez, one of the greatest women golfers to ever play the game, Mexican-American Cesar Chavez, who worked to improve conditions for farm workers, Severo Ochoa, a Spanish-American Nobel Prize winner in medicine, and Ileana Ross Lehtinen, the first Hispanic woman and first Cuban-American elected to the U.S. Congress. What famous person of Hispanic or Latino descent would you...
This week, Mr. Cordia shared some jokes with us. Today, he asked, why can't Cinderella play soccer?
I do not know because she can't play soccer in that big dress. I do not know. Why can't Cinderella play soccer?
Cinderella can't play soccer because she's always running away from the ball.
Let us celebrate that joke, but learning what's for lunch today on Monday, September 15th.
Choice 1 is a turkey and ham cheese sandwich with Harvest cheddar sunchips.
Option 2 is a cheesy Italian pull-apart with marinara sauce.
All meals come with glazed carrots.
You can also have fresh Fuji apple, fresh pear, spinach and romaine salad, and fresh broccoli florets.
And now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Have an amazing day.
And don't forget MRHE Students Show,
Resilience in our work,
integrity in all we do,
mindfulness in our actions,
and empathy to others.
Have a marvelous Monday.
Bye. See you tomorrow.